Well, we're at 7:45 at KNEB, 31 degrees and mostly sunny this morning. Nice day today. Back toward 55 or so for a high temperature, maybe a little better. Our News Extra program is next. It's brought to you today by Gehring Civic Center, and we're pleased to be joined by Bobbi Turner and Kim Johns, who are with us this morning to visit about an upcoming auction fundraiser for the Alzheimer's, Friends of Alzheimer's Dementia organization. Good morning to both of you, and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Kim, this is, I guess, the 14th annual?
This is the 14th annual Alzheimer's auction. It's been held at Heritage Estates the last 13 years, and this year we are transitioning and working with the new organization, Friends of Alzheimer's, or we call it FAD. We hope to transition this auction this year into next year. It'll be FAD's total main fundraising event.
Okay. This event is coming up, though, at Heritage Estates this year.
This year it will be at Heritage Estates. It's going to be Thursday, October 18th at 6 p.m. and it will be at our facility.
Okay, and where at it? Your beautiful
We have, the room is called the Saddle Gap Room. If you just enter into the main entrance, and the receptionist will be there to instruct you where that room would be.
Okay, very good. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. So what sort of things will happen?
Well, we will have a free will offering for a supper. We'll provide a supper, and then we have a live auction and a silent auction. We've collected lots and lots of items from businesses in town. We've got free night stays from several motels. We've got sunglasses. We have donations from the Rock Pile with rock and mulch. We've got memberships to the Warehouse Fitness Center. Lots and lots of different items that businesses have generously donated. This event couldn't take place if it weren't for their generosity.
Now, what do we do with the funds that are raised?
The funds will go to the Friends of Alzheimer's. In the past, we have raised funds, and originally we sent them to the Alzheimer's Association. The last few years we have kept them locally, and that's been our main focus, is to be able to keep these local funds local for the use of the community.
Kim and Bobbi are with us here, Bobbi Turner, and we'll turn to you a little bit here. You work in the Acute Rehab Center at Regional West. Does that have to do with Alzheimer's or not?
No, not really. I used to work for the Alzheimer's Association a few years ago, and then I worked at Heritage, and I've worked with dementia for the last 20 years. So really, yeah, acute rehab doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Okay.
This is just kind of a extra thing I do.
Yeah, all right. Well, tell us perhaps how some of these funds get used. What's the practical application?
With FAD, or Friends of Alzheimer's Disease, the funds go to support groups, educational programs. We had a conference that was offered some continuing education credits, and CME for the doctors on the 19th of September had excellent speakers here, and so the money is used to bring speakers into town for future conferences, educational programs at churches, different things, so that we don't have to charge. Also, some of the things that we hope to expand to, we're a new 501c3 organization under the umbrella of Oregon Trail Community Foundation. We formed about a year ago. We formed so that we could keep the money raised local. Before, it was going to the Alzheimer's Association. They closed their office here, and it's kind of like what you see with some of the other national organizations. They're keeping their money in Lincoln and Omaha and in those areas. So we just wanted to be able to help the people out here a little bit more.
How many people are impacted by Alzheimer's? I'll throw this to either of you. Here locally, do you have a percentage? Or?
It's estimated there's about 40,000 people in Nebraska with Alzheimer's. I don't know if we have a really good exact count for just the Panhandle for this year. That was last year's statistics.
But a lot of families are impacted.
There's a lot of families impacted, and we don't just deal with Alzheimer's. I mean, I know the name says Friends of Alzheimer's Dementia, but there's all different types of dementia, and we want to help all all of them. It's a really stressful for the caregivers, so we want to give them as much support as possible.
Kim, you're in the skilled nursing assistance
Yeah.
every day.
Yes.
I'm sure it must have a big impact on you.
It has a huge impact. In fact, Heritage Estates has 3 different neighborhoods that are designated for memory support. It's something that it affects the resident, and it affects their family, and the more support that we can give and the more information that we can provide those families as they work through the disease with their loved one. Heritage Estates does have a library that there's a lot of information that families can come in and check that information out and take it home. We also have the support group that meets at Heritage Estates, and those are the type of things, the support groups, the respite care, just anything that we can do to help the local people in this valley as they deal with the disease of Alzheimer's and dementia.
Again, Kim Johns and Bobbi Turner with us this morning, and we'll be back with more on News Extra after this.
It's time for the Civic Center's annual holiday craft
Okay.
Handmade craft.
Did I throw you any curves there? I'm sorry.
No.
What else do we want to touch on?
Tasted by gourmet foods, including pies and breads, jellies, spices, ethnic
The
foods,
time
and
that the support
designer
group meets.
cupcakes. Shop early at the
Third-
Friday night November
third
2nd
Tuesday.
show for 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. The Saturday November 3rd show hours are
Meet
from 9
2 days
a.m. to
prior
4
to the
p.m.
auction. I
at
think
Civic
if we can
Center's
again
holiday
stress,
craft fair.
I know the businesses just get,
Oh, I know. And this time of year, this
yeah,
is
yeah. I think we can bring
News
that.
Extra on KNEB, and again we're with Kim Johns and Bobbi Turner, Friends of Alzheimer's Dementia, holding a silent auction, live auction evening fundraiser coming up on Thursday the 18th. I may have said this Thursday. It is a week from Thursday the 18th at 6 p.m. It is at Heritage Estates in Gary. Fabulous facility out there.
It is.
Kim, you have or I'll throw this to either of you, is there a regular support group for folks? Bobbi?
Yes, we do have the only support group in the area right now meets on the 3rd Tuesday of every month at 7 at Heritage. As the FAD organization, we are trying to expand that to get some more started, but for right now, that's the one coming up. And this month we have Sandy Wilkinson from Home Instead's going to be our guest speaker on caregiver stress in the holidays.
And that's a big thing, isn't it? The caregiver, the family members who are dealing with it, maybe
Yes.
as it goes along, it becomes more and more of a burden on that caregiver than the
Right.
individual
Right.
suffering.
That's just right.
Well, again, there are so many different organizations and programs that we can support in our community. You've had wonderful support from the community again for this one.
We've had great support, and I just urge people to come out on the 18th of October. It's a great time. People mill around the room and look at the auction items that you just bid on, and then we have Steve Flower that will be doing our auctioneering. And
We've heard of him.
Yes, you have heard of him, and he does a great job, and we appreciate him donating his time to do the auction for us. It is a great time and a great event. We just hope that people come out, and I also again want to thank the businesses that have generously donated. If it weren't for them, this event would not be able to take place, and I know that they are asked time and time again for donations, and our community, the businesses, the whole community does a great job of supporting all of the people that live here.
If folks have questions,
They can call myself at Heritage Estates. They can just call Heritage Estates. Most everyone there has been actively taking part in getting ready for this, or they can get a hold of anyone on the FAD organization, and Bobbi can maybe give some information about that.
okay.
They can get a hold of me at 631-7547, or we do have a number for FAD is 631-0708.
Okay. Or just come out Thursday the
Yep.
18th.
You bet. It's a great time. It's a great time for a great cause.
All right, very good. Bobbi Turner and Kim Johns, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And lead on. We will come back.